plan, right?
Yeah, kinda. Might need to break something along the way to extend repair time.
Better find it soon.
Oh crap! Quinter! That was way too close. I wonder what tipped her off. Maybe it was the radio signal. Sensor units and other delicate instruments were incorporated into the design in a way that minimizes damage from shockwaves. Taking shelter here was the right call. Now, this is where the real show begins. Though, having said that, I don't think I could even carry enough hand axe to make a dent in this monstrosity. There we go. For an elite, the object is like an extension of themselves. Sensor discrepancies would be like wearing glasses with a slightly off prescription. It might not seem like much, but any factors that distract her from her mission are unacceptable. In the middle of a pit stop, every single second counts.
Zing to the main gun exchange as we speak.
Apologies, ma'am, but adding that job to the docket would result in a delay to our timetable. Your sensor readings...
She seems the sort to try adjusting it herself. When she does, I'll be ready. Pop star knockers as big as my head, here I come! Pardon me, mademoiselle. No, you've gotta be kidding me.
No, dear. Can't believe your eyes, Blondie. I am the elite chosen by the Intelligence Union to pilot their finest object.
What happened to the G-Cups?
Before we see our fire inside, so 泥まみれのその表情が見据えてる先へ流れ落ちる朝が全て無駄に終わるとしても戦うことだけは忘れはしないだろういつでも笑える強い君の泣き顔は誰も知らないから心の技は消えないけどYou always never gave up, you never gave up, so nothing's too late. So yeah, then never wake up, you never wake up, you never take calls out. It's gonna get better. 笑えない世界はどこまでも笑ってそうさ駆け抜ければいい
Are you seriously crying, you big baby? Haven't you heard good things come in small packages? You're still confused. The me you see on screen is a real-time 3D rendered dummy projection.
But they look so natural.
I hope you realize how fortunate you are. Back home, I'm a super famous singing, dancing pop star elite pilot.
I don't know what to believe.
In the IU, truth is the essence of justice. Lies are evil. But as an outsider, I have zero obligation to shoot straight with you.
You liar! Your chest is as flat as a board!
Get a grip. You shriek like a little girl.
You took away my innocence, led me astray from the G-Cup promised land.
You're a designer. Can't you appreciate how aerodynamic I am?
Enough talk. Time to continue my mission. First things first, close all the bulkheads. I'd rather not have to end your singing career, so get started!
My multitude of fans and I thank you for taking my voice into consideration.
Like I thought. With the bulkheads closed, I can't use the radio. Juliet? Is that her real name?
Full disclosure, our conversation has been transmitting to the men outside, which means we ought to be completely surrounded by now.
That doesn't matter. You're the only one who can pilot this object, right? If you make any rash decisions, I can end this battle with a quick flick of my wrist.
So what's your next move, handsome? Is there somewhere in particular you'd like me to blast off the face of the planet?
Don't do anything. We'll wait here until the princess has you in checkmate. One way or another, you lose.
Oh my. This object has a mind of its own. If I wasn't here to hold the reins, the Gatling 033 would run wild like a raging bull.
Run wild.
Gatling 033! Mobilizing with an enemy combatant on board is too dangerous!
Haven't you noticed we're in the middle of a battle where everything could turn against us in the blink of an eye?
But
You'd rather raise the white flag and surrender? Sorry, you don't have that authority.
I didn't...
The Gatling 033 sensors are off kilter, and I refuse to operate it under those conditions. I think I'll let our strategic AI Juliet take it from here.
Strategic AI.
No! It's not safe to give full program access to an AI!
Since we're facing another object, I can set Juliet's programming to engage only targets on a scale of 50 meters or more. That should take care of any problems.
It's impossible. No AI can outpilot a living human. That kind of technology doesn't exist yet.
You must be thinking of the legitimate kingdom's vaunted Angelina list. Oh, please, that ridiculous treatise was written by an AI skeptic based on the writer's own bias. Running wild, freezing up, difficulties in its learning process. Test after test was conducted, each citing weaknesses and failures of AI programs. It's a malicious list full of negative thinking.
The Angelina list. It's the wall that object-class strategic AIs have always run into.
If the object was completely unmanned, the limitations would be problematic. But here on the Gatling 033, the strategic AI Juliet handles the basic controls, while I respond to various errors that crop up and handle fine-tuning adjustments. Using this method, we can compensate for its shortcomings while maximizing the AI's high-speed processing. So yeah, without me keeping Juliet in check, this machine will go totally wild. Let me demonstrate. Oh dear, that simply won't do it all. Your rhythm was way off. How do you expect to keep up with my dance moves?
This is what elites really are. Humans whose bodies have been altered to withstand the strain of piloting objects.
Well then, I already have everything I'd hoped to gain. Guess it's time to bring today's business to a close.
Enemy craft rapidly approaching. Baby Magnum, moving to intercept.
Look who's come out to play.
Damn it. How far along did repairs get on the Baby Magnum?
Up here, she only has one main gun operational. We only fixed one of the 7. Not looking too good for your side, is it? This must be her last resort.
Oh, little Miss Loutish Legitimate Kingdom First Gen. The offer stands. Raise the white flag now and I promise to let you leave the battlefield with your life.
I'm afraid I can't oblige your generous offer. Regulations prohibit the white flag from being raised before an object has been destroyed.
That way works for me, too. I'm under no obligation to show you mercy. I'll gladly blow you away with my performance.
opportunity and get all close and cuddly and smoochy.
Close and cuddly and smoochy?
That voice. Quenther?
Unsophisticated and out of the loop. Maybe your blonde boy toy would be happier here with me.
Quenther? I have no idea why you're in there with that woman.
But you'd better escape before I destroy that object with you in it.
It doesn't matter if you escape. I'm going to hit her with everything I've got!
Stop! It's not...
Yes, I'm sure it's all so very complicated.
Just trust me. I'll try to do something about the Rush's movements.
Enough monkeying around.
What should I do now? This is Quenther with an urgent message.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted right now.
Yeah? Well, I'm at my wit's end. Can I ask you for a favor, in case the worst should happen?
What's that?
At the barracks in the maintenance base, I hid an engagement ring. If something should happen to me today, please return it to my sweet Angelina back home. We've known each other since we were little.
Sorry it has to end like this. I forgot to ask you which way you'd like to go out. You get to choose between the coil guns, laser turrets, and the fixed-base plasma cannon.
Isn't there an option where I don't end up dead?
I don't think so. Any other last wishes?
Now that you mention it, things got pretty hot and heavy with little Julia, this foreign waitress in one of the Save Nations, and she was as unflappable as a computer program, but not the night we were together. So if you could send her that necklace I have stashed in the barrel...
You know, I'm also kind of curious about these female friends you've been hoarding rings and necklaces for. You were so distraught not to find any G-cups in here, so tell me more about this hot and heavy night you spent with Julia.
Hurry! Baby Magnum! You've gotta go wide right!
Is that what you told your little Julia?
This isn't the time! Now I'm begging you, listen to me! There's a way to win! To the right! You've gotta trust me! Now go left! Turn a little at a time! Fire your main gun at the Rush's front armor! Follow up with a killer squall from your secondary! You're aiming for the wreckage of the Water Strider! If you melt the snow behind it with your lasers, it'll roll into place and make an obstacle!
You're not quick enough. Your cute companion can relay tactics only once.
But with your speed, it won't make any difference.
Now for the finale, a grand crescendo! Here comes the kill shot! You'll regret not choosing to surrender when I gave you the chance.
Prepare to die.
Never give up. We can still win this!
How strange. What happened? The Gatling 033 just came to a stop. What did you do?
Is it over?
What did you do to my object? Why isn't it responding?
If you want to make this a quiz show, we're gonna need some buzzers.
I've already determined the nature of the problem. For some reason, Juliet is acting on her own, learning from variables that shouldn't even be factored in this battle. She's spitting out multiple bugs, errors, and conflicting command priorities. They're completely locking the system. There's too many for me to keep up, and that's why I'm asking you. Not about the situation, but the reason. What did you do to make Juliet's processor shut herself down?
She must have bogged herself down recalculating the risk assessment.
But why? What did you do?
Juliet picked up on subtle changes in the situation you didn't notice. She's been steadily calculating ever since, desperately trying to avoid a checkmate. The rush stopped dead in its tracks because so many variables popped up that Juliet had to shut down to attempt to process them all.
But what put us at risk? It's ludicrous! My Gatling 033 had an overwhelming advantage. It was obvious I was about to win that fight.
My little message about rings and necklaces was never meant for the princess. And just so you know, I never had a childhood friend named Angelina. That was simply a veiled reference to the Legitimate Kingdom report on the shortcomings of strategic AIs.
The Angelina list.
And what's another way to name someone Little Julia, using a diminutive?
Juliet, you don't mean...
You were so confident. You wanted to make direct contact with the baby Magnum, but in your arrogance, you sent your message out unscrambled. You broadcasted that transmission to every other soldier in our army.
Quinther, you moron! Relying way too heavily on this ever-handsome highborn comrade in arms. I'm at my wit's end. Signal the start of the secret message. The Forerunner bit has to refer to the rush. He said computer program. But also mentioned Angelina, so it must be some kind of automated object. A spare power drill battery has still got enough juice to get an infrared targeting system up and running.
My partner's primary vocation is as a radar analyst. He sees the battlefield as a game board, and objects as pieces. He specializes in watching their moves and figuring out their weaknesses.
Quinther can guide the princess while luring the rush back into the target area. That's when I'll bring the infrared targeting system back to life. Then, the rush's strategic AI will mistakenly believe that the Water Strider's main guns are aiming at it, making it think it's threatened from both sides.
The problem arose from you removing anything smaller than 50 meters from targeting. Thus, Juliet can't target the second threat and keeps spinning her wheels trying to resolve the issue.
I never imagined the Angelina list could be put to such practical use.
Even as we speak, she keeps diving through countless errors, lost in an ocean of conflicting subroutines. Far too many to deal with, even with an elite's cognitive speed.
All right, I'll admit it. You've completely deadlocked Juliet. However, don't fool yourself into thinking we're finished here. Hard shutdown! Unlock full keyboard entry mode! I might have to give it my undivided attention, but I'm perfectly capable of piloting this object all on my own. But I do find myself wanting to make you mine even more now. What is it about you that makes my heart feel like it's been set ablaze? Sure, there's the quick wit and the plethora of practical skills, but I've never felt so enthralled by anyone.
Don't do it. You'd be fighting in vain. You can't win against our princess with the way things stand.
And how do you figure? She'd beat me.
There's a bomb set in this little alcove here behind your seat. Check for yourself.
No way. Why? What is something like that doing here?
Objects are monstrous weapons that can't even be destroyed by nukes. It's a backup plan for an emergency shutdown if an elite turned traitor, and it's recently been activated.
But I'm not a filthy traitor!
The commander of the base zone apparently thinks differently. Must have seen your object stop on the verge of victory.
I'm the elite pilot of Gatling 033 and not so expendable. It doesn't make sense for them to cast me aside like I was nothing.
Normally that would be true, but there's something here more important to them than the object or its elite. They can't afford to give the enemy Juliet.
It's your fault! This is all because of you! I did nothing! Got it? Nothing wrong! It's not my fault! You did this to me!
What are you gonna do? You've only got a couple minutes, then they set the bomb off. What's your ejection system?
It's... My pilot seat's rigged up to eject when activated.
It figures. The bomb was set to go off when the ejection signal was sent. But don't worry, I should be able to sever the connector pretty quickly.
But if the bomb's gonna go off after I eject, how are you planning to escape?
I'll try to defuse it.
But...
This is the truth of war. There's no room for kindness. Just go. For me, this is an opportunity to capture an enemy object intact. A one-time deal. Whenever we meet again, we'll have to meet as enemies. Got it?
But wait, why risk yourself to save me?
The song you sang. It was really nice. Do me a favor and keep this between us. If they find out I let an enemy elite get away, I'm definitely in for a court-martial.
I won't say anything. Very well, I agree to the terms of your deal.
I appreciate it.
It's a one-time deal. Whenever you and I meet again, we meet as enemies.
Right.
And when that time comes around again, I shall sing a song just for you.
Yo, Sir Knight. Looks like your plan worked after all.
Yeah, we pulled it off. I showed her the self-destruct device in the cockpit, and she was good enough to eject for me, just like that.
And she didn't notice that it was made of hand axe?
This is the truth of war. There's no room for kindness. But do me a favor, don't tell the princess or Felicia, okay?
Sure thing. But I'd start thinking up excuses to make to the princess while you can. I hear she's going ballistic wanting to know who the hell sweet Angelina and sweet little Julia are. Huh? Why would what I said have upset the princess? Never mind that, just hurry it up. So I can smack you upside your oblivious head.
We found you. You aren't hurt, were you? The loss of the Gatling 033 is truly upsetting, but control systems and strategic AIs are more important to our military. It's all right. We have a backup of Juliet. That means we can keep going. We'll just change the layout of the object currently being built and you'll be reinstated in no time. Plus, once we've completed Juliet's counterpart, Romeo, we'll never be fooled by makeshift countermeasures again. Even if Juliet was seized, there are measures in place to keep her sensitive intel under wraps. We don't have to worry about our tech falling into the wrong hands.
If you ever do anything like that again, I'll turn my main guns on your base zone without a second thought! That boy. I'm sick of these professional soldiers parroting out the official position. It might be safer to keep an egghead engineer like him close. He could be the ace up my sleeve. That just makes me want him even more. See you again soon, Guenther.
The coal mine littered with stacks of money.
The Kamchatka Peninsula Nighttime Blitz. 1.